Welcome to the hottest movie review on the internet today, the A-List Review. I'm your host, the Game Changer, Wes Troop. This week we're going to be looking at 5 movies, 2 brand new to theaters, 1 a short film, and 2 which are on DVD and Blu-ray. Those are, of course, Cinderella, the Frozen Fever short, which was in front of Cinderella, Run All Night, starring Liam Neeson, and then the 2 on Blu-ray and DVD. Brand new to DVD this week is Night at the Museum 3, Secret of the Tomb, and what came out a couple weeks ago but I didn't get a chance to review it yet is St. Vincent. So let's kick off the show with my review of Cinderella, Cinderella, night and day, it's Cinderella. Yeah, you get it. The retelling of the classic tale of a young lady poorly mistreated by her stepsister and stepmother. Ella, now called Cinderella by her family, meets an apprentice in the forest who's actually the prince. When the prince is forced to marry by his father, he decides to throw a grand ball where everyone in the land is invited, hoping he can see the girl from the forest once again. So what did I think of Cinderella? I thought it's an extraordinarily well-made remake of the beloved story. I was a bit hesitant when I heard of the project and had mixed feelings of them remaking the 1950s animated film into a live-action piece. Luckily, I was proven wrong. I wasn't a huge fan of Burton's Alice in Wonderland, and I liked Maleficent, but this is the best of the Disney live-action remakes. We know the story by now of the fair maiden going to the ball and meeting the prince, and of course how it ends, but it's still a fine retelling. The special effects are great, from the cute and funny mice that are Ella's friends to the fairy godmother turning the pumpkin into a coach and the goose into a coachman. I found myself getting sucked in emotionally, feeling for Ella and rooting for her to overcome the odds and get her happy ending. There's quite a few sad moments you might have to break out the tissues for, but also some witty and sweet parts as well. The beautiful Lily James, yeah, should I do it? You're beautiful! You're beautiful! Yeah. Stars as Ella, the young lady who loses both of her parents and is forced to do her stepfamily's bidding. She is brilliant as Cinderella, hitting all the right notes. James is best known for Downton Abbey, but I'm marking her down as one to watch in the next few years. Cate Blanchett does a fantastic job of making us hate her as Lady Tremaine, Ella's wicked stepmother who's jealous and deceitful. Also in the cast, Richard Madden as Kit, the prince searching for Ella, Helena Bonham Carter doing her best work in years as the fairy godmother, Ella's magical friend who gussies her all up for the ball, Holiday Granger and Sophia McShera as Anastasia and Drizella, the bratty stepsisters, Stellan Skarsgård as the Grand Duke who seems to have an agenda, and Haley Atwell and Ben Chaplin as Ella's parents. Cinderella isn't just another telling, but the most effective, and is a pleasure to watch. I'm gonna give it the rating of A-List approved. It gets the A-List seal of approval, and not counting American Sniper or Selma, because I counted those as 2014 movies, that is the first time I've given this rating out to the 2015 season. So there. Yes, if you are on the fence, definitely go and check out Cinderella. And I also got this pretty sweet poster. Oh yeah. And on the back is this, so that's pretty cool. Yeah, thanks a lot, Cinemark. And that's my name for my fans, the Cinemarks. Anyway, so in front of Cinderella was the infamous, now everyone was excited for it, the Frozen Fever short. As you can see, I got my Elsa shirt on. Anyway, I came prepared. I came to play, baby. So these are my thoughts on the Frozen Fever short. It's Anna's birthday, and Elsa is planning to surprise her sister with the best birthday celebration ever! Only one problem. She doesn't want to admit it, but Elsa has a cold. In fact, a fever. And the only prescription is more Frozen. So what did I think of Frozen Fever? I thought it's a fun and sweet animated short. While it's only 7 minutes long, it manages to pack in a lot of elements. We see the sisters continue to bond as Elsa tries to make up for the birthdays she was locked away in her room. Every time Elsa sneezes, she creates little mini snowmen that begin to pile up. There's also a brand new song written by Oscar-winning duo Robert Lopez and Kristen Anderson Lopez called Making Today a Perfect Today that isn't exactly Let It Go caliber, but it's a nice tune I'm sure will be played at many parties. Sexy parties. No, all right. We also see what some of our other old friends from the film are up to. Chris Buck and Jennifer Lee, who directed Frozen, also direct the short and do a nice job yet again. The now infamous voice cast reprise their roles, including Kristen Bell as Anna, the princess excited to finally spend a birthday with her sister and friends, Idina Menzel as Elsa, the Snow Queen, hoping her sickness won't ruin the festivities she had planned, Jonathan Groff as Kristoff, Anna's now boyfriend, helping Elsa with the setup, and Josh Gad as Olaf, the snowman trying to stay out of trouble before the party starts. So Frozen Fever serves as a delightful appetizer to hold us over until Frozen 2 and should please fans. I'm gonna give it the rating of A-list approved. Yeah, we're giving everything gets A-list approved this week. Not really, but if you're a Frozen fan, I think you will enjoy Frozen Fever. All right, and also in theaters this week, one that's not really family-friendly, I guess you could say, the new Liam Neeson movie came out. You know, it's been 2 months since we saw Liam Neeson kick some arse, so I think it's about that time again. At least Hollywood does. So here's my review of Run All Night. After being in the wrong place at the wrong time, a limo driver witnesses a murder and is chased down by the culprit. The driver's estranged father, who happens to be a hitman, finds out about the problem and saves his son, killing the foe in the process. One big problem though, he just killed the son of his good friend and boss. Don't you hate when that happens? Now, will the father-son duo survive the night or pay the ultimate price? So what did I think of Run All Night? I thought it's an above-average action crime drama. The action sequences are all exciting and suspenseful, including car chases, chases on foot, brawls, and shootouts. Things can get pretty violent throughout as well. You know, it's not just like a shot in the chest, whoop, you know. We see some headshots. The dad-son storyline could have easily been sappy and ruined the film, but luckily it plays out just right. We realize the two have history, but they're still not best friends while teaming up. It's not like, oh, daddy. There's also some corrupt cops, the mob, and other assassins about hunting them down. Liam Neeson continues his butt-kicking ways as Jimmy Conlon, the hitman who regrets the things he's done in the past and is trying to save his son's life. Ed Harris does fine work as well as Sean Maguire, the head of the mob and Jimmy's old pal who wants vengeance. Neeson and Harris have some great back-and-forth meaty scenes. Also in the cast, Joel Kinnaman as Michael, Jimmy's son who's a family man and former boxer, but now drives limousines, who gets caught up in a deadly game. Oscar-winning Common as Andrew Price, a hired gun on the trail of Jimmy and Michael. Genesius Rodriguez as Gabriella, Michael's wife trying to protect their kids. Robert Boyd Holbrook as Danny, Sean's son who gets involved with the wrong people. And Vincent D'Onofrio as John Harding, a detective who's been trying to catch Jimmy for over 20 years. While it may look like a combination of Liam Neeson's other films, Run All Night is an entertaining fare that had me on the edge of my seat. I'm gonna give it the rating of do it. Yeah, so far so good. All pretty positive. So, it wasn't a bad weekend at the movies this week. Next weekend, I'm not so sure, but good weekend this week. All right, and also hitting DVD and Blu-ray this week, back to the family-friendly films. This movie came out in December, but we're going to review it now that it's on DVD. This is my review of Night at the Museum, Secret of the Tomb. Larry Daly and all of his historic pals who come to life every night are in a bit of trouble when the tablet that supports their magic starts to corrode. In an effort to save them, they travel to a London museum where antics ensue. So what did I think of Night at the Museum, Secret of the Tomb? I thought it's a pleasant comedy adventure. I was a big fan of the first film in the series, and was a bit disappointed with the second entry, and I felt this newest movie fit somewhere in between. There are some humorous moments to be found, not really many being laugh out loud for parents, but the kids will mostly likely eat it up. Some of the funniest parts include the lovable monkey Dexter and a great surprise cameo toward the end of the film. The characters get into the usual trouble as they go through a new museum hoping to preserve their magic. There's also a father-son growing up and bonding storyline thrown in there as well. Much not like the one in Run All Night. The film wraps up the trilogy in a fine way and can even be emotional for fans. Ben Stiller reprises his role as Larry, the night watchman at the Museum of Natural History who's dealing with his teen son and his friends being in danger. The great Robin Williams as Teddy Roosevelt, the former president who guides Larry along the way. Owen Wilson as Jed, the miniature cowboy. Steve Coogan as Octavius, the miniature Roman soldier. And Ricky Gervais as Dr. McPhee, the curator of the museum. Joining the cast are Dan Stevens as Sir Lancelot, the knight who wants to lead Larry on his journey. Rebel Wilson as Tilly, the guard for the British Museum who comes across the magic. And Ben Kingsley as Maren Correa, the pharaoh and creator of the tablet. Night at the Museum, Secret of the Tomb is a charming send-off, and fans of the series should be pleased. I'm going to give it the rating of... do it. Yes, if you're a fan of the Night at the Museum movies, and you still haven't seen it, I would definitely suggest you check it out on DVD. Okay, and finally, a movie that I didn't think got as much buzz as it deserved this past award season. It's the new Bill Murray film called Saint Vincent. Here's my review. An alcoholic, chain-smoking grouch going through some tough times ends up having to watch his neighbor's young son after school. The two surprisingly start to bond, and the boy begins to look up to his new babysitter. So what did I think of St. Vincent? I thought it's a wonderful comedy drama. This is one of those films that put me through the ringer emotionally. There are some hysterically funny moments with sharply written dialogue and great one-liners. Seeing the boy learning some interesting life lessons from his new mentor, including how to fight against mean kids and gamble, is a treat. There's also some touching and even sad scenes where we feel for the curmudgeon character, and we realize he's mostly just understood and does do nice things for certain people in his life. I'll admit to shedding tears during the school assembly scene. Bill Murray stars as Vincent McKenna, the retiree down on his luck recruited to watch his neighbor's new son. Murray does some of his best work in years here, and he did get a little bit of love this award season, but not the big Oscar like I would have hoped. At least, a nomination, but it was a tight race. Melissa McCarthy is impressive, as well as Maggie Bronstein, the hardworking single mom who moved next door. It's nice to see McCarthy in a straight role instead of her usual comedy shtick. Also in the cast, Naomi Watts as Daka, a lady of the night and one of Vincent's only friends. Jaden Lieberher as Oliver, Maggie's son who's having a hard time in his new school. And Chris O'Dowd as Brother Garrity, Oliver's teacher. St. Vincent may employ some ideas we've seen in films of the past, but its charm and wit makes it one of my favorite films of 2014. That's right, it was on my top of the year list. I'm going to give it the rating of A-list approved. That's right. This may be one of the first times it's all been positive reviews this week. Yeah, that's kind of shocking. But like I said, I have a feeling next week will turn the tide. Alright, well that does it for this week. Next week I'll be back with my reviews of Insurgent, the new Divergent film. Yay. as well as The Gunman, starring Sean Penn. Yeah, midlife crisis movie, if you ask me. And of course, new movies on Blu-ray and DVD, films I didn't review yet. So keep an eye out for next week. Until next time, don't miss one single A-list second. You can subscribe to me right here on YouTube. youtube.com/westside515. Check out all my other videos. You can like me on Facebook, facebook.com/WestTroopAlist. Follow me on the Twitter and the Instagram @WesAlist. And of course, you can buy my book, the A-List Review 2014 Movie Yearbook. Over 150 reviews, only $10. Contact me through Facebook or Twitter if you're interested. It's a nice read. So, until next time, Troop out.